and both loading relatively similarly. So wow, the SE ahead there, ready to play that game first. So what is up guys, Nick here helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the iPhone SE versus the Galaxy S10 Plus speed test. Let's begin with a boot up test in 3, 2, and 1 and see which one can get there first. Now, I was originally going to test the Apple iPhone 6s Plus with the A9 because I wanted to see 2016, or was it 2015 even, all the way to 2019 to see how it performed. But you know, the SE has more chatter. More people seem to care about this phone as it's the only one that I hear even talked about. Rumors of an XE coming later. Let's just see how the SE performs next to the S10 Plus, which just lost pretty badly in the boot up to this, 3-year-old phone here with 2015 specs in the iPhone SE. So the first win goes to the Apple iPhone SE. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and test out the fingerprint sensor. So for the SE, it's a physical sensor. For the S10 Plus, it's underneath the display. 3, 2, 1, and you could see it looks like the S10 Plus was a little faster. Now this does have first gen Touch ID over here, so it's not quite as quick as what we've seen on the other test that I did that had second gen Touch ID. So the S10 Plus over the SE when it comes to speed of unlocking, and it's just a little more high tech. Well, a lot more high tech. It's underneath the display. So as of the recording of this video, the SE is on the latest iOS 12.2. All these apps are updated to their latest versions as well. The Galaxy S10 Plus 1.1 UI and Android 9 Pie, all the apps are updated as well. Okay guys, so we've arrived at the application portion of the speed test. You can see everything closed out for the S10 Plus. I did put a case on the SE because it slides around too much. Go ahead and go to calendar 3, 2, 1, and you could see the S10 Plus, just like in my prior iPhone test, over the A9, a little faster on the animations. Let's go to calculator 3, 2, 1, and you could see the S10 Plus again coming back home. Let's go into clock 3, 2, and 1. And you could see again, jumps ahead there for the Galaxy S10. Let's go into settings 3, 2, and 1. And you can see again, just jumps a little bit ahead there for the S10 Plus, but the SE still performs rather well. Let's go on Instagram, 3, 2, 1. And you can see Instagram ahead here for the S10 Plus by far. Once you're actually in the apps and you start going through pictures, notifications, stuff like that, the performance, you're not going to notice too much of a difference. Basic apps and daily usage has been really good for quite some time now. Let's go into Snapchat, 3, 2, 1. And you can see Snapchat loads up first there on the S10 Plus. So far, the SE really doesn't have too much of an advantage in anything. Let's go into Twitter, and you can see Twitter there first for the Galaxy S10 Plus, and there comes the SE. All the iPhones seem to load Twitter a little bit slower. Let's go into Facebook, 3, 2, 1. And you can see Facebook first there for the Galaxy S10 Plus. Coming back, let's go into Jetpack Joyride gaming now, 3, 2, 1. And here's where iPhones typically get an advantage sometimes. Let's see which one wins this one here. And this one's gonna go to, looks like the S10 Plus was ahead there. And coming back, let's go into Fruit Ninja, 3, 2, 1. And see which one can win this one. And this one seems like it's going to the S10 Plus by far. Also, the SE gets rather warm under gaming in my usage, so I think the S10 Plus will be a massive upgrade if you want to get a new phone and you want to get better gaming. Let's go into Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1, and see which one can get there first. And it is ahead there for the S10 Plus by far. So this is an area where I'm seeing that the S10 Plus is way ahead over the SE, even more so than it was over the 8 Plus and the 7 Plus. So the A9 CPU, 6S Plus, 6S, SE, definitely, a little bit slower than the A10, the A11, and even the A12. Let's go into this next game, 3, 2, 1, and you can see, here we go. Looks like the S10 Plus with the jump again, and it does. It leads there. Let's go into play, see which one can get into the game first. Now, some of these games are actually better optimized for iOS, as you've seen right there. The SE had that open first, so a little bit surprised there. The SE still can hang in there even with these top boys here in 2019. This is why this phone was so incredible, and really want to see an upgrade to this thing. Let's go into Real Racing 3, 3, 2, 1. And rumors have been circulating about an iPhone XE. I left a poll on the channel today, just before I made this video, about would you buy an XE if it did come out, an upgrade to the SE. So let's see which one can win here. And looks like they're pretty close, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and swipe over to get started here on both. Hit career, let's hit amateur right here. Tap to enter, and let's just see which one could get into this game first. Let's hit race, 3, 2, 1. And both loading relatively similarly. So, wow, the SE ahead there, ready to play that game first. And that just goes to show that developers optimize their apps a little bit better sometimes still for the iOS platform. But Android has definitely caught up. It's pretty close, but still, the SE definitely didn't win most of those apps. So I'm calling it a win to the S10 Plus, but shocking how good this thing still performs. Let's see an upgrade already, Apple, to your iPhone SE. Okay, so on the SE, I just want to go through some applications to see if it does reload anything. And so far, so good. It does have 2 GB of RAM, a little bit of a pause there on Temple Run. Paused the Fruit Ninja a little bit, and Jetpack looks good. Let's go into Twitter, and that's good to go. Facebook, and let's go into Snapchat, Instagram, settings, everything's good there. Clock and calculator, and how about calendar? Everything looking phenomenal. So let's go into the Galaxy S10 Plus, and you've seen a little bit of a pause, not really though. Dead Trigger 2 ready to go. What about Temple Run 2? That's good to go. Fruit Ninja, little delay on that tap. You've seen that, just a little bit of a delay there. And you've seen that the Jetpack Joyride opened up. Facebook, Twitter, let's go into Snapchat, Instagram, settings, clock, and calculator, and calendar. Now, that little delay thing that you see sometimes could be fixed probably just by going into the advanced features here on the Galaxy S10, putting on reduce animations, and then you'll see just a much faster looking animation when things do open up. Same goes for the SE. You could just turn on reduce motion and get the same effect. So which one can go ahead and open that camera up first? Let's go to camera in 3, 2, 1. And you can see, wow, the SE opened that first. Let me close that out and see if that was just a fluke. Let's go ahead and do it again. 3, 2, 1. And no, that SE was quicker to open that camera. What about the burst and the shutter speed? 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the SE was ahead to start it. I think once you actually start making those photos though, the S10 Plus catches up, but to get started, the SE is still a faster camera to open, but it's by no means even close to competitive with the S10 Plus. So don't take this as, oh, I could just get an SE because the camera's faster. Absolutely not. The S10 Plus is in another league. Okay guys, so let's do a quick web browsing test. We're gonna go to nickackermanchannel.com, my website, in 3, 2, and go. And see which one could get there first. And wow, the SE was very sprightly there, very quick to open that up. Let's go ahead and go to one of my links here. How about services? 3, 2, 1. And you could see the SE a little bit ahead there on the same Wi-Fi network. Let's go into yahoo.com. So the SE really didn't have a problem with web browsing. It was very fast, just very small. So you'll have to get used to that if you're using that smaller display. 3, 2, 1. And you can see Yahoo, wow, the SE was very quick there as well. So not bad on either. I still think in LTE web browsing performance and Wi-Fi performance, I'm finding a faster experience on the S10 Plus. For some reason, the SE seems to be snapping just a little bit faster open here on this test, but the S10 Plus is quicker on the mobile web browsing when out and about. Okay, so I created a 1-minute video and we put them here in Video Shop and go ahead and render them out to see which one does render out first here. Save the gallery, 3, 2, 1, and wow, just look at the S10 Plus in video rendering. Why I find this impressive is because before I would always see the video render just annihilate the Samsung devices, but you see how far behind the SE is. So if you're gonna pay this kind of money for a phone, upgrade your SE, get a $1,000 Samsung, you can see why. If you're gonna be using the kind of stuff like this, you'll see why you paid that kind of money, because it's definitely substantially faster in video rendering. Okay, so the final Geekbench scores are in, and of course, there's really no comparison here. The S10 Plus with a crushing win. In conclusion, of course, this wasn't a fair comparison. That's not the point. The point is to see how far you have come, and for that rare individual out there who might be upgrading from their SE over to the Galaxy S10 Plus, you see that this still performs pretty well. And you know, I really want to see Apple upgrade this phone to the XE. It can hang with some of the flagships of today, at least in practical everyday use. Not when it comes to battery life, not when it comes to design, camera, and you know, maybe the most blistering performance in the planet. But it still does pretty well, even though, you know, it has an Apple A9 and 2 GB of RAM. The unanimous winner here is the Galaxy S10 Plus, which has taken down pretty much every iPhone that I've compared it against. So Apple's got to do some work to outdo Samsung once again. Anyway, if you guys found this video fun, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click that like button for me. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to be well, and peace.